I'm a civil servant by profession. I'm a banker. I work for the country's premier development financial institution. So I'm a proud kawani ng gobyerno. I'm also a proud volunteer for a global network of change makers under the World Economic Forum. Shout out to the Global Shapers community as well. Out of theater, I'm basically pretty much just me, just normal. Hi everyone, this is Dan Gigantone, a member of the Tutan Cans for 6 years, but a performer since childhood. The latest production I was able to join was Zuzical, the musical of Tutan Cans as Yertle the Turtle. I was really definitely like a shy kid growing up. I was never like also a performer type, so na-force lang ko to do performances because I was doing good academically, and if anyone is like a public school kid, part sa grading system, part of extracurricular activities. I was looking for ways to also like go up my score in terms of like extracurriculars. So muna mo join kong mga rhymes and jingles sa nutrition month, for sinulog, for like our school's contingent. Even though dili ko Catholic, nangita na yung way to compensate my lack of extracurricular activities. When I was in high school, I got the chance to be part of the school's theater guild. I'm from UP High, so that's University of the Philippines Students Theater Arts Guild for Education, or offstage. I was able to receive like workshops for theater, for movement. I think I'm also the generation that grew up watching High School Musical. I remember borrowing CDs from my classmate of High School Musical just to watch them at home. So muna ka na, tapos part na siya sa mga performances when you are in school. Part sa mga curriculum really is really arts appreciation. We never skipped a year level nga we didn't have a production for our batch. It started with Ibong Adarna. The second year, it was Florante at Laura. Third year, it is where we actually came up with our own like stories. Tapos we staged it during our culture week. Tapos in fourth year, like a big thing for at least back then, I'm not sure how it is right now. During Buwan ng Wika, the fourth year would perform what we call Abacada, which is really like a storytelling of the history of the Philippines. That was continuous till college. I was still part of Upstage. I think mas broaden lang yun ang scope in terms of what I knew about theaters. I would remember buying karang DVD sa Glee sa una sa Colon. Mag-marathon na ko para maka-catch up ko para para maka-keep up with friends. Mas daghan sad og chances to watch performances on stage. I also got the privilege to represent the Philippines in a cultural heritage expo in South Korea. It's called Busan International Cultural Heritage Expo. Our theater guild then was invited to perform mga like dances from around the Philippines in Korea. That was also like who represent the Philippines. I just wanted to chika nga. Nakalarga ko og international because of performing, because of dancing. So that was a fun experience. That's eventually when I got the chance to work, when I had money, nakaluwag-luwag na tayo, may pera. So, just to also break the monotony of the work life, I really tried to look for an outlet there. I enrolled myself into a workshop by PETA. Then also in the same year, I remember I was assigned in Makati. Tapos in UP Diliman, they have a Dulaang Laboratorio. Tapos usually students, like theater arts students, would stage their parang thesis. I volunteered to be part of the preliminary of what would then be the staging of Lamang, the musical. So I got the chance to be part of the Dulaang Laboratorio version of Lamang as an ensemble. It was a fun experience actually. Like that joining workshop, it opened opportunities in a sense na parang I was an extra for an ABS-CBN morning show. Having that experience to be in a studio in ABS-CBN, so that was fun. This is where Tooth and Cans came into the picture. It was in 2017. BGC had this arts festival, and this is where Tooth and Cans brought Gugmang Giate, which was originally staged in Cebu, in Manila. As a Cebuano who was based in Manila, I was really excited to watch it. But I also actually got the chance to be part of the production. Like, nangita pa sila volunteers then, and that was actually my very first experience, or like akong entry point to Tooth and Cans. I was part of that. In 2018, I went back from Manila and balik ko here sa Cebu for work. There was a call for auditions for what would then be my first production. Yeah, na party ko as an actor with Tooth and Cans. That was Charon Mani. From 2018, it just started the whole journey with Tooth and Cans. If you won't see me on stage as an actor, as a performer, I would be part of like the prod. I'll be the smile greeting you. I'll be part of the usher. Kinda like anything I could actually help the production with, I might be there. So. Dili pa jud kay siya as flourishing as we would want it to be. But what keeps it very interesting for me, at least, well, one in particular as an artist, I feel like it's an opportunity for growth in terms of like the different productions that I could be part of. Like, I always see that as a growing opportunity. I think people would agree that Cebu is really like home to best talents, if not in the Philippines, worldwide. Like, we're home to best singers, best actors, best performers. Interesting lang to see like people doing shows and seeing a lot of great talent. So that's really what's keeping it interesting for me. We still have a lot to grow in terms of community here in Cebu. I think there should be government support in terms of the arts in particular, not just performing arts, but really the arts in general. We could still really use a lot of government support for that. I'm not saying that there's really no support from the government, but you know, we could do more. Really, there's really room for growth in terms of theater and performing and the arts community in Cebu. Well, I start by reading the material, tapos I do research, not just about the material itself, but more what happened during this time. You know, like basically the story about how the material came to being. I'm a very visual person, I would say. May ako siya i-visualize. How does this character look like? How would this character dress? How would this character behave? From there, I think I just tap into playing it. And I think the beauty about theater also, like in performances like these, is that during rehearsals at least, you get to run different variations of your take, mag imong atake. Most of the time, makiramdam sa kasi imong co-actors and how you would react and respond to this. Maybe this wouldn't really work in this sense. Dili siya mo make sense. Conscious lang sad ko nga when doing things I want to do to the character, it would actually make sense. It would make sense with the whole story. It would make sense with the scene. It would also make sense with my co-actors, like those na I'm interacting during scenes. Char na siya paminawon, but this is really like being honest nga. For me, like each character I was able to play with all the production, like it holds a special place in me, in my heart. Just to walk you through a bit sa mga roles. So in 2018, in Charon Mani, I got to be part of ensemble. But like the most particular role I had was Carl, which was the love interest of a character. It was also like challenging stereotypes, that there was a homosexual relationship. But apart from that, like being part of the ensemble, which I really, really enjoy, is like you get to play a lot of things. You get to be different things in different parts of the story. So that takes character. So mo to nag-volunteer ko for prods, but the one particular was I did a monologue for MMRP, a memory, a monologue, a rant, and a prayer. The MMRP was staged in line with V-Day. So V-Day is like a global movement to really end violence against women and children. My take on the piece I was given was to really just get into the headspace of a stand-up comedian, and that was challenging in a sense that the topic or the piece we're given was about violence against women, but here you are trying to deliver it in a stand-up comedian sense. Not that it's making violence vowsy a laughing matter, but I went to that route because I was thinking na, diba, isn't it funny like we're laughing about these things, but these are actually serious matters. I mean, these are things happening at somebody else's home or like maybe in our immediate surroundings. The next one was Kulukabildo. That performance was in line of the celebration of World AIDS Day, and our group, we performed All It Takes by Roddy Vera. It was a Bisaya translation of All It Takes. I did Greg, which was also a love interest of the main character, and how Greg navigated from knowing that his partner had the virus and eventually knowing that he got the virus himself. There would be experiences na you don't necessarily have undergone or like you didn't personally experience, but you know, you have to tell their story. It's challenging, you know, you have to be truthful. How do I make this character interesting and, you know, truthful without necessarily making it very caricature? So that was for Kulukabildo. Then fast forward, the latest one, which was Suzical. I personally did not know na I was part of the cast. I came from a trip. Tapos, I was told there will be a photo shoot. All the while, I really thought nga, oy, for kanang, you know, for Tuten Cans. It was only then I knew that I had a character to play, which was Yerto the Turtle. When they told me nga to do this pose and everything, tapos came out yung character ko nga, turtle de ko. So that was also a very unforgettable. Each character, I would say, is memorable to me and holds a special place in my being. When I experience burnout from work, theater is my outlet to shake it off and, you know, just be more in touch with myself. Theater is my refuge. It's my outlet to really to be normal again. To recharge. Yes, thank you, Dave. Yes. When things get tiring at work or in life in general, you know, it's really fun tapping your artistic side. So that's how I would take that. I look for ways to be part of productions. Apart from trying my luck in being part of the production, I feel like being part of auditions is also a way to grow as an artist. Of course, that also goes like being part of various workshops, how to improve the talent that was given and developed throughout the years. So it's that. Ako personally, I cannot really put a line with me also growing as a person. Personal growth also attaches to like my growth as an artist in the different experience nga akong mag-go through, like maybe life, maybe work, mo-grow ka, you learn things that are also applicable, and you get to apply that in becoming an artist. Throughout the theater journey, as I would say, as you would say, journey, I've stayed in touch with people who I went to workshops with. I've been part of productions. Productions. I've stayed in touch with them. I've had friends because of these experiences. That's really such a win, you know. You get to have people who would be genuinely invested in you as much as you are also invested in them. Personally, I feel like at least I'm just so blessed na throughout the productions I've been part of, I would personally say that it has been like a safe space for me. And I'm just very blessed in that aspect, and hopefully we continue doing so in the, like, not just here, like, you know, in the whole theater scene, that it becomes a safe space for people to grow and to, you know, learn more about themselves.